Detroit, Michigan. Motown is the setting for the Pacers. The talented duo of Miles Turner and Sabonis. They're locked in and ready to go as they game plan for the task ahead at Little Caesars Arena. Pacers, Pistons, coming up on 2K Sports. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Friday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Sabonis and Turner up front, and it's McConnell in at the point guard position. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose, and it's Doumbouya in at the 3, the small forward. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
Outside Warren. Now here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Here's Warren. It's tipped. Now Jackson. Pass to Doumbouya. And here is Drummond. He's covered by Warren. Drummond in the post. Sabonis is there, and that one's good. Drummond.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Pass to Oladipo. Over Rose. And there's Oladipo on the assist by McConnell.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Jackson kicks to Rose. Here's the pass to Drummond. Shoots it. Bank shot. No good.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Warren finds McConnell. Oladipo outside. Off target with his 3. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rose passes to Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Here's McConnell. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Doumbouya. Here's Drummond. Pass to Jackson. Five on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Drummond. And at last, they get one to fall.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Pass to Warren. 13 feet away. Yes, that goes in.
And back in his day as coach of the Blazers, players called Nate McMillan Sarge for his style. Very tough and demanding.
The beauty, though, Greg, to me is Nate McMillan has adapted. He has given more leeway for his players and his assistant coaches. He's willing to take players aside and bring a more personal approach. And I think in today's NBA, that's critical.
2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I spoke briefly with Nate McMillan. This is their second meeting with this team. The first one didn't go as well as they'd like, so this time around, they're going to try to close the lane off, push drivers and slashers as far away from the basket as possible. See how that goes, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
So the Pacers called timeout, their first of the game. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Listen, Greg, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Tony Snell's checked in for Doumbouya. And it's Kennard in for Derrick Rose. Here's Snell. To the inside. From 6 feet, and it's sent back by Turner.
I'll tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. First one falls for him. Boris, if I were to ask you right now in the league, who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back three will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wow, yes,
right?
yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
Now, here's Brogdon. Sweet little floater.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Holiday against Jackson. Morris, left side. Kicks it to Snell. Shot left block. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Locked in the pass to Leaf. Down low. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Passes to Snell. Back to Jackson. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Lamb, he's checked in for Doug McDermott.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Now here is Holiday. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Brogdon. Unloads. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Morris. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Holiday against Jackson. Now, here's Brogdon. From deep. And so it's Detroit, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Here's Holiday. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Morris is out there with Wood, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And here's Holiday. After Reggie Jackson was able to get the triple, Leaf kicks to Lamb. Pass to Leaf. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Turner. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, Kevin, you love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Wood. Morris outside, shoots over Turner. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 12 now for Detroit.
Great shooting touch in face-up game opportunities for a power forward. Morris deadly from mid-range.
Now here is Holiday. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Lamb, here we go. It's deflected.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Morris dishes to Snell. Lays it up off the glass. Snell's got 6.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Brogdon. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Jackson against Holiday. There's the feed to Morris. Good work defensively by Turner.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Here's Brogdon. Nice touch on the bank shot. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me, Greg, was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Andre Drummond's checked in for Morris. Blake Griffin comes in for Christian Wood. Doomboy is checked in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for T.J. Leaf. T.J. Warren comes in for Jeremy Lamb. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Aaron Holiday. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's Kennard after Indiana gets the 3. Griffin down low, defended by Sabonis. The shot's good from Griffin.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Here is Rose. Passes it to Kennard. Here's Drummond. Outside Rose. Puts up a three, and another three for Detroit.
I think Derrick Rose is feared as a driver of the basketball, but boy, that three-point shot has come a long way.
Now, here's McConnell. It's a 14-point game. Taken away, and here they come. Here's Kennard, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Pacers. .131 left in the first half. Here's Doumbouya. Detroit keeping it alive. A new 14. Drummond working against Sabonis. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Drummond's got 6 points.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
McConnell with it. Makes it off the glass. McConnell's got 5 points now in the quarter. Pistons leading by 14. Now the pass to Doumbouya. And here's Griffin. Outside Rose. From deep. They get it again. Pass to Kennard. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Goes back up. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Sabonis with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Brogdon, he's checked in for the Pacers. .20 seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Oladipo. 5 to shoot. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Oladipo's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
A shot off that time. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Pistons lead by 16. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Dwayne, you're ahead. How do you keep this up for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition against this team because they're going to keep playing. They know how to play the physical game. We did a good job in that half. We've got to maintain that.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Right out of the gates, it was Detroit setting the tone. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play. Helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like? It's a good one. Seriously, They're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, a recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA, over.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
Wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. On the court right now for the Pacers. Sabonis and Turner up front. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. And it's McConnell in at the 1. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Jackson finds Rose. And they call an illegal screen here. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. In third, the Pacers.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
To the middle. And there's Sabonis. That's good on the assist by Oladipo.
We are talking about 6'11", 240 pounds of nothing but big-time athlete. Domantas Sabonis doing work.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him. Pass to Drummond. Drummond is doubled. The kick out to Rose. Clock at 4. Nice D from Oladipo. Pacers trail by 16. There's the 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And the Pacers, a team that generally likes to work the ball until they find what they like.
No doubt, Greg, reflected in the fact that they were 27th in field goal attempts last season, right? That's because they are so patient and so disciplined on the offensive end.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Christian Woods checked in for Griffin. And Tony Snell subbed in for Doumbouya. Now here is Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Pacers. Free throw drops for Lamb. And Jeremy Lamb, you feel like, Greg, he could be kind of a late bloomer.
The improvement he's shown the last few seasons has been huge. Much more comfortable as a scorer, and the defense has picked up for him as well.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him. Over Holiday. Jackson misses. And so Holiday will bring it up for Indiana. 15-point game. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, Doug McDermott, a high IQ basketball player, understands when his teammates are open how to find them.
Detroit leading by 13. Passes it to Rose. Here's Wood, covered by Lamb. Wood passes to Rose. Now here's Drummond. It's Snell, and he converts the layup. Snell's got 8 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
To the paint, here's McDermott, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. McDermott's got his first basket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
It's great insight. Now, here's Brogdon. Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
Pistons leading by 13. The pass to Wood. Morris with the ball. Covered by Lamb. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Drummond. Drummond is doubled. Back to Kennard. Morris finds Drummond. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Now here's McDermott. Tight defense on him. Pass to Brogdon. Softly drops in the floater. Brogdon's got 6 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Wood. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. In the corner, it's Morris. Inside, here's Drummond. Drummond is doubled. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Malcolm Brogdon.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Doomboy is checked in for the Pistons. Indiana also making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Leaf. T.J. Warren comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Aaron Holiday. And he's good on the second. 32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now McConnell. He has 5. Over Drummond. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Andre Drummond has been on display for Detroit. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Back to the action after this word. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. Doumbouya is out there with Griffin. And it's Morris in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now, here's Warren. Back to Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin against Warren. Rebound by the Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And the shot is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's McConnell. And there's the pass to Warren. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era. Domantas Sabonis enters the league as the 11th pick in 2016. That first season, I don't think people understood how good he could be. His improvement, his ability as a promising big man in this league, unquestioned at this point.
Pacers trailed by 17. McConnell scanning the floor to the middle. Here's Turner, and Griffin sends it back. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin. Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. A shot by McConnell, no good. And you look at the development for Sabonis, what stands out?
Well, I think he's made strides across the board, Kevin. And for me, this is as fundamentally sound a big man as you'll find in the league. He's a triple threat on the offensive end. He is super smart on the defensive end and quite versatile. He can guard both front court positions. I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Right side Jackson, down low. Here's Griffin. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. T.J. Warren picks one up.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Griffin. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Now, here is Morris. After T.J. Warren's miss, just 5 to shoot. Rose kicks to Doumbouya. A shot. And there's Rose on the assist by Doumbouya.
Well, the rise and fire. Now money in the bank for Derrick Rose. What beautiful development of the jump shot.
And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Andre Drummond.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
After 2 straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. And the Pistons with possession here. The Pacers making the shot. Griffin passes to Doumbouya. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And what you can count on with Griffin, he knows how to finish. Rolls off the screen there with purpose.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. To the paint. Warren, good.
Well, you like the effort of T.J. Warren, capitalizing when he's shooting in the painted area.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. Rose attacking. The Pacers pull it in. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter of this one. McConnell with it. Jackson on him. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Detroit Pistons. And doors for the Pacers with Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis. 2 talented young big men. Does that make it a log jam at that center position?
I don't think on the offensive end there's a problem. Both can space the floor with their shooting. Sabonis is an exceptional passer. I think the challenge is on the defensive end. And the reason being, both are exceptional defending close to the cup.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
Well, Domantas Sabonis, the son of a legend. To me, guys, he has everything he needs to be an effective player for years to come in the NBA. Size, length, feel, there's a lot to like.
And Sabonis drops them both. And there's 1:45 left in the 4th quarter. To the inside. And finished off by Griffin.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're behind by 20. There's 1:38 left in the 4th. There's 1:38 left here in the 4th quarter. And then Oladipo with the jam.
Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunker, one of the most creative guys when he's at the rim.
Outside Rose. Back to Jackson, and they double up Jackson. Dishes it to Rose. Over Oladipo, and the basket by Rose. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Andre Drummond.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Here's McConnell after the made shot from Sekou Doumbouya. Down low, and slam dunk by Sabonis.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Feeds it to Griffin. Sabonis grabs the board. To the paint, here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Blake, you really got it going inside tonight. Was that one of your primary objectives?
Yeah, that's something we talked about. You know, we talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole and playing stuff on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Really controlled the paint at both ends, Blake. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.